videos of the week. So this first video is telling the truth. Now, if y'all want me to talk about the submarine that was near the Titanic or everything, I'm not gonna do it. And unfortunately, because God is still working on me, I'm not gonna do it because I just don't give a damn. I just honestly don't. But like I said, God is still working on me. But I can't come up with the. I looked. I looked in the backyard. I looked under my chairs. I looked under the sink. I looked in my front yard. I looked in Foxy's car. I looked in my car. I looked in the trunk. I looked everywhere else. And I just cannot find enough fucks to give a damn to actually do a story on this. So sorry. Don't think I didn't put the effort in. I did. So here's somebody who will explain it to you a whole lot better than I can.
If you see people making jokes about the submarine and it's making you a little upset, I want you to know that you should be upset. You should be upset, but I don't want you to stop there. I don't want you to stop at being upset that there are some folks that are laughing at another human being's despair. I want you now to ask the next question, right? Don't get intellectually lazy now. Ask the next question. What could have possibly happened in these last 100 years to create a condition where millions of working class people have almost no empathy for a billionaire in despair? What could have happened? It can't just be that poor people are just angry and jealous. Like, don't get intellectually lazy now. You ask the question, go all the way, figure the whole thing out. Where could this lack of empathy come from? Could it be that poor and middle class, lower class people see the wealth that their labor creates being profiteered on at near oligarchy levels? So much so that they themselves are paywalled from the very things that their labor is supposed to provide them, like healthcare, like education, like access to education. Their living conditions are being commodified to such an extreme level that they don't even know if they can live in the places that they grew up in. And all of this is happening at the hands of millionaires and billionaires that are taking too much from what they're not creating. Could it be that? We literally just went through a global pandemic and watched millionaires and billionaires on corporate earning calls brag about raising the prices of basic goods to rake in record profits when we needed them the most. You're seeing these jokes online and you think that people are not nice, but the truth is people are not dumb. Large corporation CEOs and billionaires fight tooth and nail. They hire lobbyists after lawyer after politician to make sure that the minimum wage stays exactly where it is as these large corporations grow exponentially inside based off of the labor of the people that they refuse to pay a living wage. You are never going to find empathy out of those people.
I'm gonna put myself on mute because I can say a whole lot about that foolishness that he just did.
Foolishness?
You said
Foolishness.
foolishness?
I said foolishness.
You might as well stay muted. And what are you talking about?
Please,
He could have
please.
made that point without. It was like to me, he was suggesting, "Oh well, billionaire. Oh well, haha, just what you get." I don't know what's wrong with people to take joy in the fact that 5 people perished that the
A
way that they
lack
did.
of
It,
empathy is not the same as taking joy.
Yeah, it's not the same
Did
as
I
joy.
no, there are people taking joy out of this, and it's
No,
making.
no. There are people.
really?
There are
Wow, I'm sorry,
people
I
This
who
is
did not
this is
know.
what's
joy
making
out
me
of it.
mad
This,
about this whole
There are
thing.
people
It's
who are
to
making
making
me,
sense
he could have
about
made
it.
that whole point without saying, "Well, that's what." He might as well just say, "Yep, just what you get,
But
just what you
Tracy,
get."
let me push
he
back on.
actually he
Let me
did
push
so
back
much
on
more
what
than
you're
that.
saying. Let me push back on what you're saying. I am not taking joy, and a lot of people are not taking joy off of what happened. There are also people who are not celebrating. Those people, I've seen it. I've read the comments. I've seen the memes and everything else. And even I was like, come on, y'all need to be better. But you can attack the people who are taking joy off of this. You can take um you can push back on people who are joking about this. But what I feel that you can't push back on is the people who don't give a damn. And I'm in that category. I don't care. I really, truly, in
And
my
that's
heart
the
of
problem that I'm
heart,
having.
I
It's like,
don't
we
care.
just
Okay.
lost empathy. Like, where did it go? It just went.
It's not, but it's
So
not even. But I
I
can't lie
love this.
telling you that it's
It's
empathy.
just like, oh
I
well, we
don't
don't
even
got
have
no more. Oh
empathy for
well,
what
that's
happened.
No,
it.
I love this. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, um, and this isn't to attack you. This is because to attack the position you're presenting. This man actually broke down the reason and rationale behind the lack of empathy and compassion that people who have been subjected to a particular class's excesses are having. It's akin to when the slave master gets sick and dies, the slaves rejoicing. It's akin to someone who has sought to harm you, hold you back, or in some other way impede you. And then when something bad happens to them, not feeling compassion for them. See, I am these five people who died in the sub. They are individuals who did absolutely nothing to me. In fact, these are people who I believe most of them weren't even from America. They're like Indian or something of that nature. But the situation is they are emblematic or representative of a class of wealth that only can get it by subjecting those under them to obscene experiences and living conditions and working conditions. So if they live their lives in such a way that they can scavenge off of others so that they can afford a $250,000 ticket to go view a underwater graveyard where other wealthy people died, and then people don't feel compassion for, because I feel no compassion for them because of what they represent. Okay, they may as individuals been amazing people, doubt it, but they could have been. But this isn't about them. This is the masses saying eat the rich. This is the
Okay.
masses saying that when you have an opponent, you have to actually fight the opponent, and you can't sit there and try to hug it all the way out. I've asked this question of people. I've asked this, I believe, of you, Tracy, and I know I've asked it of Marlon at a particular point. If you have a particular outcome that you are after, are you ready to fight for it? What I have continued to see on social media and various other avenues that sit there and want to wag their finger at people who are saying, man, I don't give a damn about these rich folk or whatever, whatever. Do you want to win? Because these same people don't care about you, don't care a lick about you.
And that's where we're gonna
You
agree
so
to
busy.
disagree.
I'm not saying become them. I am saying, do you want to win? Do you want to improve your situation? If you want to improve your situation, you cannot spend your entire time singing kumbaya against the people that you're fighting against. You have to be willing to struggle. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to see your opponent in pain. You have to be willing to see your opponent in bad situations, because otherwise there is no struggle, there is no strife, and that means there will be no triumph. Now, that doesn't mean you have to ground them into the dirt, but you may have to. So that's my thing when I looked at what he was laying out, was that these five people are representative of a class struggle that is going on. And if you continue to push something down, it's going to squeeze out and it's going to rise up and it's going to fight back. And right now, this is how they're fighting back. And if it keeps going, it's going to get even worse. because people are going to start fighting for their survival.
Yep.
And at that
He,
point, I'm not going to be sitting there worried about how you feel.
Tracy, let me say this real quick. This is I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this spew, and then I'm gonna tell you the name. I need to know what your life was when you was living. What did you contribute to this world, to this country, to the neighborhood, whatever? I need to know what you contribute to this. Was your rhetoric helping or hurting my people, or was you helping the other people? I didn't come to that conclusion because one name happened while I was here, and it was Rush Limbaugh.
Mhm.
And when Rush Limbaugh died, I literally did a video where I said Rush Limbaugh died, and I moved on to the next thing. I'm not condolences. I'm not anything. That dude tried to damage my people so damn much it wasn't fucking funny. I'm not feeling
I was
sorry
happy
for.
when he died. I was happy
I
when Pat
wasn't.
Robinson
It
died.
wasn't what I'm
I'm
saying. I
I'm just
wasn't
not
whatever.
gonna.
happy about anything.
All
Was
I'm
I
saying is
okay
I
with you
I ain't
going?
disagree
throw a
with
party.
this
I know.
whole
That's what I'm
approach.
saying. I
I
wasn't okay.
disagree
You ain't
with.
got to.
I was
But
I
you
fine
sit
with
disagree
there
it.
and
with.
But
I'm
laugh
not gonna.
and
I'm not
find
gonna.
joy in other people's misfortune. It's just when you get to the point of death that it bothers you. I'm saying I'm going to be consistent all the way across the board.
across it.
And
I
all
didn't
If
care.
you
I'm
I
want to
didn't
saying,
care
harm
when Rush.
me,
I didn't care when
I
Rush
want to
died.
harm you.
I didn't care when Ronald Reagan died. I knew what these people did to my people when they was alive. So you
and
think I'm
that's.
supposed to
Intentionally.
feel sorry for you because you died? I'm supposed to feel
I'm
some
just gonna
empathy because
disagree.
you died?
I'm
I can't
just.
even feel empathy with well, gosh, you need to feel for the empathy of the people who live. Fuckers, you was living with him. You was okay with him. Why would I feel empathy for them? When they
But this is not
Ronald
to say,
Reagan was the
Tracy, you're
person.
wrong
Tracy,
for
Ronald,
how
they're
you
not
feel.
trying to change your
No, but I
mind,
just
right?
I don't want to
right.
change
I
your
get
mind. I'm
that,
just
but
telling you
I
this.
just dis. I'm
Ronald
just
I
saying.
Reagan
hear,
was the
yeah,
I will
I
say
person.
hear
this,
what you're
Ronald,
I'm
Marlon.
saying.
saying
I
be
will say
consistent.
this, Marlon, and I'll just be done with it. I
Mhm.
can't live my life glad that people die. I won't. I
I,
will not
I,
be
I,
that
I
person.
totally
I
agree.
can't be. I can't
I
function like
totally
that. I
agree.
can't live like that. I won't live like that.
And
And
that's why you
I
lose.
have an
But
issue.
it's
I literally
okay.
said I have an
see,
issue
that's
with
where you.
people
No,
making
I
jokes
disagree
about
with
it.
that statement too because I
I
don't think
have
I'm
Show
losing.
me
I
how you
said
win.
this.
No,
Hold
no,
on,
no.
Iz. Hold on,
Without
Iz.
me having to
Hold on,
cut
Iz.
in
Hold
and
on.
make.
Hold on. I said I have an issue with people making jokes about this.
You
I
did.
have an issue with people celebrating this. I said this. I have an issue with people celebrating it, and I have a people joking about it. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is with people going, but you don't have no empathy about it, and that's what I have a problem with. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry that you dead because when you was alive, you made my damn whole life and the people in my people a shit show. So why am I going to have empathy when you're not here? You didn't have empathy for me and my people when you was alive. So I supposed to have empathy because you're dead?
You have empathy for the family, their
The
friends.
family live with that. The family live with those devils and agreed with them.